I think to... I don't have a beer.
We're tonight's entertainment.
You ever get the feeling that everything in America is completely fucked up?
Our fathers were models for God. If our fathers failed, what does that tell you about God?
There are, of course, those who do not want us to speak.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
You're listening to the Functioning Drunks Podcast, part of the DNA Digital Network.
This is the most disgusting thing I've ever drank. I doubt that very much, Playboy.
Oh, I've been waiting all day to open that beer, AJ. We're live! We're live on the internets!
Yay.
But we're going to pretend we're not, because usually when we do, we get sidetracked and we start thinking about why no one's listening to the show, and then we want to kill ourselves.
Oh, man.
Edit that out. We don't need anyone to hear that.
They've heard it. They've heard it more than once, I think.
Now, could you hear it when it was playing, or no?
I couldn't hear anything.
Okay.
I was ready to hang up.
Yeah. We got to figure out a way for you to be able to listen to it as well.
Yeah, it's not. It's like a hype song, but
yeah, man,
I don't
just
get fired up by it.
When I hit it on there, you should just hit it over there, and we'll listen to it together in unison. Only you're listening to it on yours, and I'm listening to it on mine, but you're still getting hyped.
Yeah.
Oh, hype!
Hype.
Let's get fucking hype! All right, so we are live. We're broadcasting live on Twitch TV, YouTube, and Periscope. This is the first attempt of doing it this way. AJ is about to pop his cork, if you know what I mean. He's drinking a, oh, here we go.
Yeah. I don't know if I should have this next to my computer.
Probably shouldn't.
I have, for Christmas, my mother-in-law got me what did I say it was? A quart of Heineken. And there's only one true way to drink a Heineken, and that is at room temperature. I'm sure everybody already knows that. And if you're drinking a quart of it, it's going to get warm either way, so it doesn't matter. Now, luckily, my house is 60
cold.
Degrees, so it shouldn't be too bad. I'm just afraid when I open this big-ass bottle that there's going to be a fucking mess.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Oh, it did pop like champagne, kind of, now.
You want to take the first pull off of it and tell us if it was worth the wait?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I hate Heineken myself.
Are you looking at my Heine?
First time that joke's ever been told.
Yeah, I said that once to a person at the store. They looked like they're having a bad day, and he had a 6-pack of it, and I'm like, "You looking at my Heine?" And he still was not impressed with that. It didn't sell to me, so it doesn't always work.
Yeah,
that's good.
I mean, people in their ways, you can't let them get you down. You were trying to lighten up the day, and they just want to piss on you, right?
Yeah, I think I was drunk at the time, so I was probably kind of being obnoxious.
Yeah.
If I know me. But yeah.
So this is episode number 30. Officially episode number 30. We have a couple that we didn't release because of various reasons. Maybe the audio was even worse than usual. Or I just got lazy and I just didn't upload it. Who knows? There's various reasons why things happen. But this is officially episode number 30 of the Functioning Drunks podcast. And
congratulations to us.
Congratulations to both of us. Did you think when we recorded that first episode that we would be here right now and recording live for the YouTubers and the Twitchers and the Periscopers and the 5,000 people that have downloaded the podcast?
I was hoping that we would. I'm looking forward to 100, but that's a long ways away, isn't it?
We're gonna have to double up a couple times this coming year to get there this year. But it's possible. I mean, it's definitely possible. So,
What are your thoughts? Did you think it'd go this far, or do you think you would have quit by now?
I honestly, when we started this little deal, I thought you'd get bored with it. I thought you would, because I don't know. You have a lot of hobbies, and you bounce around from hobby to hobby, and I thought this might be one of those situations where I don't want to do this with Dennis anymore. I'm out. So I didn't think it would go this long. I'm glad it has. We've met a lot of cool people because of it. We've had a lot of fun doing it. It's been frustrating at times. We haven't been able to nail down perfect audio, but I think it's been interesting, and that leads me up to I did a little show prep today, being that it's our first time streaming live on the internets, and I wanted to come in with some kind of idea of what to do, and so I wanted to talk about what do you think we did. What do you think we did good this year on the podcast? What's been your favorite moment on the podcast? Do you have any? I should have pulled audio ahead of time and asked you this so we could just play it right now, but
I'm kind of, I guess I'm always, I laugh at myself, which I think is kind of cool. So I don't know if there's no other podcast I listen to like this one, and it's kind of strange that I listen to my own. And it's only because usually by the end of this, I'm sure, and hopefully it kind of comes through in our audio, we are actually drinking. And so it's kind of goes sideways like halfway through.
It's gotten so bad lately that AJ is actually taking the reins over of recording, so he can actually edit out my my very uncensored talk, because I do push the envelope a little further than AJ is comfortable with sometimes. And it's probably, with us starting this whole network deal, it's probably a good idea for me to have someone who has some sort of intelligence and social conscience.
Right. Yeah. Well put. Now, I don't know if we've found our groove yet, though, right? It takes like a year or so to really nail down what makes you what you are. Now, from the first podcast to the last podcast, I don't think we've deviated a whole hell of a lot from the way we started.
Right.
Which I think is good, and definitely the girls are great to have on the show.
Yes,
they give
definitely.
Us, and like I think we've mentioned this before, if anybody ever wants to be part of the show,
oh, absolutely,
we'd bring them on, and it's good to talk to other people as well.
Absolutely.
We get bored with our silly jokes all the time.
Yeah. And I think sometimes it breathes new life into it, because we talk about different things, but mainly we do talk about the same things a lot. We go to food discussions a lot, and I don't know. It's nice to have someone that we don't know as well as we know each other. I think it creates a little more interest in us, I guess. I don't know. But yeah. I like that we have other people on. I didn't see that happening in the beginning, but
right.
I would like the show to become more interactive for sure with other.
Well, and that's what the basis of the show is. If you were to sit down and have a beer with us, this would be the same kind of conversation, probably.
Right.
Get to know somebody a little bit, and just talk about random good times and stories and whatever, and that's what the show is. And so my wife mentioned that I'm a lot happier on the podcast, and I'm like, if I was drinking with somebody, it doesn't always have to be drinking, but if I'm hanging out with people, I normally am happy. If it's just my family, I'm not always the happiest because they piss me off. So it's like, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
maybe I'll have to do a show where I'm family AJ, and I'm just mad and say everything's stupid for a change.
I would like to see you guys record a podcast on the sailboat when it gets to that time of the year.
Yeah, we will for sure, because I've got some plans for that, and we'll probably spend some weekends I think more weekends on it, like going places. I'm gonna probably leave it up north this year. And I don't think I've ever mentioned it, but definitely if Patreon Jen especially would like to go sailing.
Ooh, that could be a gift to her, eh?
Yeah, she could definitely go with us. Hey, we're going to keep it up in the UP, and there's a bunch of island chains up there. It's called like La Chilena or something like that, some Frenchish name. And we're going to keep it up there so we can actually go out and anchor and camp and like jump in the water, and it'll be wonderful. Sailing out in Saginaw Bay is disgusting. It's like sailing around in a mud puddle.
Right.
You can't see anything. So we're talking about leaving up there for anyway, sailboat stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think you've talked a lot about the sailboat on the show, so it only makes sense to end the year with talking about that as well. That's one of your main interests.
Okay, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Is sewing manly?
Is sewing manly?
Yeah.
I think the roots of men's sewing is manly because back in the Civil War days, they probably had to sew up their own wounds and whatnot. I mean, I don't think they had a MASH unit back then in the Civil War. So if you went to the origins of man's first sewing attempt, it was probably to patch up his guts. So I think it's probably a little bit manly.
Yeah. Well, good, because I bought a sewing machine and I'm actually
That's
really
pussy.
excited about it. Yeah.
I didn't say anything about no fucking sewing machine.
Yeah. I'm really excited. I found this sewing machine that I was gonna try to buy, and it was like over $1,000, and I found one used on Craigslist because it'll sew through sailcloth and denim, and like I can use it for making canopies and all that canvas kind of stuff. So it's like incredibly tough. But I found one for under $500 on Craigslist, and I picked it up. And anyway, that's gonna be my winter boating project, is sewing up some things that the boat needs. So I'm gonna make it a nice little frilly dress to wear when it's in the.
It's gonna be so pretty. It's gonna be so pretty. Let's see here. Okay, so
maybe I'll make your kids some
what?
crazy looking doll.
What? Wait, what did you just say?
I'll make your kids some crazy looking doll.
I swear you just said kids and cum in the same sentence.
No.
I swear you did.
I didn't say cum.
Look back at you. Better check this out when you listen back, because you did.
Hey, your kids. No.
Oh boy. So so it's it's the end of the year, and a lot of these shows will do, the year ends, and I guess we'll do the same thing. I wrote down a few things, best worst moments of 2017. Not a lot of good things happened in 2017, but I'm gonna run these. I'm gonna run these by you. You can and we'll discuss them for as long.
Podcast stuff or
oh no, it's the year of 2017 best and worst moments.
Oh.
So first, let's go over to the celebrity deaths of 2017. Now, if you remember, 2016 was like a mega fucking year of deaths for celebrities. It seemed like every day you'd wake up and someone would kick the bucket. Wasn't that bad this year. Like last year, there was a ton of musicians. Prince died. David Bowie passed away. It just seemed like every day someone was passing away. But so let me run these past you, and you tell me if this is a tragedy or whatever.
Okay.
David Cassidy. He passed away. Do you know who David Cassidy is?
He sounds like a country singer. Am I right?
He was the heartthrob of the '60s, I think. He was part of some band.
Oh, yeah, the Monkees or something?
No, not the Monkees, but in there, it was a family. It had Danny Bonaducci, I think, was in it too. It was a TV show that spun off into we're stupid.
Okay, yeah, I don't care about that.
Yeah, me either. Malcolm Young of AC/DC. He just recently passed away.
Worst band ever.
Really? AC/DC
Oh,
is the worst band?
The worst band. This is why.
Okay.
I hate
Thunder.
I hate that they take like catchphrases and turn them into songs.
They're like fucking One Direction.
They are.
And that Agnes Young, what the fuck is his deal?
I don't know who that is, but I hate the singer's voice. Is that him?
No, Malcolm Young was the singer. He replaced Bon Scott, who was a man and died choking on his own fucking vomit after a night of drinking. Cheers to you,
Yeah,
Bon Scott.
I like him.
That's how I'm going out. No, Agnes Young is the lead guitar player, and he's the one that wears like the school outfit.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he's weird.
Yeah, I think that's the number one reason why I never was an AC/DC fan, and it kills me that Axl Rose is so obsessed with the band that he actually played with them over the summer, because Axl Rose is my second favorite rock musician, my first being one Mr. David Grohl of the Foo Fighters and Nirvana. Tom Petty, he passed away.
Tom was cool.
Yeah, Tom was a. You have any? Do you have a favorite song of Tom Petty's? Is that Beer Skunky?
Yeah, that's the thing about Heineken. It's hard to tell if you got a good one or not.
Yeah.
I don't. There was.
You're Heine Skunky.
Yeah. I had a dream one time that I used to use my alarm clock radio to wake up, and I had a dream that I was hanging out with Tom Petty, and I think it was Running Down a Dream or something like that too, is what the song ended up being. And then the announcer came on and it was like, da-da-da, Tom Petty, and I'm like, who is this guy? Like, in my dream, I'm like, what's his problem? Why is he like keep trying to butt in and stuff? We're trying to have a nice conversation, Tom. And
fuck off, Tom.
It was time to go to school. So I feel like I have a connection to him because we were in a dream together once.
Man, that's crazy because I have like a similar thing that happened to me when I was young. It wasn't Tom Petty though. It was the band Kiss, and I was having nightmares that this Kiss band was chasing me around trying to get me, but they weren't singing their songs. They were singing a Quiet Riot song, "Come On, Feel the Noise."
Oh.
Yeah, I was like 8. I should have had fucking help then, but nobody heard my cries that night, apparently. Right. Let's see here. Oh, Hugh Hefner. If any man lived the most amazing life, it was Hugh Hefner. And I find it not ironic at all that he died during the Me Too year. He was like, check, please. Check, please.
You think he died or you think he faked it?
He
He's
fucking
like,
killed him. He fucking killed himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. That'd be something, huh? Well, Hugh Hefner did what you're like, no shit, huh?
Really?
Did he?
Did he? You were taking all that ecstasy and you thought he was going to do what now? He was going to read you a fucking bedtime story?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a good life, I think,
what
from what I can tell.
Yeah. I mean, if there's reincarnation, I want to come back as him. But I wonder if there was nights that he just sat at home, lonely. Because, sure, there was all this pussy around and all these titties, but deep down, was he really looking for something else? Would he go?
Yeah, did they really love him, though, or did they just love his money and who he was?
I can see him, like, him snorting a fucking fat line of cocaine off of some blonde bimbo's titty, and just a trickle of tear falling down his face. Yeah. Because all he really wants is love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I wonder, too, like, if you were a porn star or whatever, it seems like, wouldn't that ruin sex?
Well, I'll tell you this.
Normally? I'll
tell you this much. Since me and Kristen broke up, I've been watching a lot of pornography, and I'm sick of it. So I can only imagine. I'm laying there on the couch, and I'm like, why am I doing this? My dick is bleeding. It's not even fun. Yeah. I come, and it's a dribble. It's like a fucking dribble. I do all this work. I'm sweating.
How many times have you been able to actually produce the cum wad in a day? What's your maximum?
Right now, or like in my peak?
Just yeah. Whatever.
Right now at 3, I'm like, I don't want to. I don't want to do this anymore. Why am I doing this?
The most I ever got out was 5.
5.
Yeah.
I did one time when in my peak in my
I might have peed though. I don't know. It was didn't look the same.
I don't think that was cum. The most I've ever with an actual human being that wasn't my hand.
Yeah.
We
Hands are people too.
Yes, they are. We had a little rendezvous, and maybe she's listening. I don't know. In Chicago, and it was at a Red Roof Inn, and we fucked so much. We actually fucked so hard in that bed that the bed broke. Okay, and now I'm fat, whatever, but but those thrusts were magical, and we did it like 12 times. 12 times in a night. And by the last time I said, I don't want to fuck you anymore. And she said, I don't want to fuck you anymore.
Yeah. It hurts.
Yeah, it hurts. Yeah, and I was like, why are we doing this? Why? We should have stopped. We should have went and got something to eat.
Yeah, we're fat.
She wasn't fat. I'm the fat one.
We had this fat
She was
guy
a beautiful, beautiful woman.
We had this fat guy at work that was climbing these stairs, and they were really rusty, and he stepped on one, he broke it, and he's like, "Oh man, why's it gotta be the fat guy?"
Yeah, because it was gonna happen eventually, but of course it happens to that fat bastard.
Yeah.
Let's see here, Jerry Lewis. Now I thought he was already dead, but he died this year. Yeah, so
he did the telethons, right?
Yes, the last couple years I don't think he did them though. I think he had a falling out with the little scam group that he that he invented. I mean, they've made what, $1 billion over the course of the last 30 years.
Yeah,
and nowhere near. Well, I shouldn't say nowhere near because I don't know if they're anywhere close, but it doesn't seem like they are.
But I know Christmas is over.
I know.
I don't listen to those damn bells ringing anymore.
Did you guys stay up as kids and watch the telethon? Did you stay up for the marathon?
I flicked to it because back in those days, we had 3 channels.
Yeah,
so.
And it was on every channel.
Was it?
Yeah, it was on the ABC, NBC, and CBS channels. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so it seems like I never watched the whole thing, but I'd catch up to it and be like, look at him, he's still going, and be like, oh, he's starting to get tired now. It looks like shit.
And
that was the best part.
And all that time, we were like, how does he do this? And he's out back snorting cocaine off of Hugh Hefner's whore.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd be interested to see if you know who this is. George Romero. And hopefully I'm pronouncing his name right. He is basically the reason why zombies are such a big thing in our culture. He did Dawn of the Dead? Is that? Yeah, Dawn of the Dead. Is that the original zombie movie? But basically, he made his career making zombie movies.
Oh, I thought it was Thriller was the original one.
Edit that out later.
That's
all right.
Good, right?
Yeah. Okay,
let's listen to that later. I'm going to laugh at that. I'm gonna be like, oh,
here it comes. Here it comes. I'm going to say that joke about Thriller.
Who is this guy?
He's fucking amazing. He shouldn't be on this shitty podcast.
I'm not nearly as funny. I'm not fun to hang around with at all unless I'm drinking Heineken.
Yeah. I was going to say something. Thriller. Let's talk about Thriller for a second. Now, I know that your family is a big Michael Jackson family. And I like some Michael Jackson music. I can separate the one story about him, and his music. I can do that because I don't know if what we've been told is true or not. And we've talked about that on the podcast about the stories of Michael Jackson. But Thriller is a piece of shit. That video is horrible. I don't care what anybody says, and I'm so sick of seeing end of the year top 100 music video lists, and that's the number 1 music video.
It was horrible, but at the time it was very cutting edge.
Sure, I can imagine
that's
that
what
it
makes
is.
it so great.
But it's not great anymore.
No.
And it should be retired.
Yeah. but now I movies don't thrill me like they used to.
No.
And the fact that because you can just CGI the shit out of it.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? And
Yeah.
it's like none of it's real. You can kind of still see that it's digital. But like movies that we grew up with, I mean, they had to actually like Predator. Remember how cool that was?
Yeah.
And there was a lot of digital stuff to that one, right? I mean, with the disappearing thing and all that.
Right.
But the creature was like a real animatronic thing. I was okay with animatronics, like
because it's like puppeteering. It's like
yeah. But
that's more art than just CGI and everything. While CGI artists are very creative,
right?
It's not real, and it kind of takes you out of that realness of the movie, right?
Yeah, the first Transformers I thought was pretty fucking good.
Okay.
And there's lots of explosions and metal twisting and all this shit.
Okay.
And then the second one, I gave up. Like it was just boring. There was so much destruction and blowing up. It's oh really? Still
the first Superman with the new guy. I guess it's like 3 Supermans ago. I don't even know. Superman Returns, maybe. We went to the theater to watch it, and 30 minutes into it, I was like, I can't see what's going on because it's just all blurry action, and it's not even real.
Yeah.
So I was like, this isn't. I grew up on Superman with Christopher Reeve, and I guess that was probably, if you look back on it now, it probably doesn't match up or look good nowadays, but at least there was a story and you could see what the fuck was going on. What does that say? Oh, it's time to stand up and move a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh.
This fucking thing doesn't know me very well. My watch said I've been sitting too long now. It's probably should stand up and walk around. It's like, I'm drinking, bitch.
Yeah, your watch is a fucking asshole. Tell her you're doing a podcast. Why do we assume it's a girl? Because she's nagging.
And I talked to her, and her name's Siri.
Oh, wait, what?
What? Siri.
Siri. But mine's Siri.
Oh, is that what you named yours too? That'd be cool if you could change the name of your Siri to something else. Like, what would I choose? Agatha.
Agatha. That's a name.
Like, fuck you, Agatha.
Agatha! Leave me alone. Leave it be, Agatha.
Instead of hey Siri, it'd be like, hey Agatha. Where's the nearest pizza place?
You already know, fat ass. You call it every day. Thanks, Agatha.
Time to stand. Complete your rings.
You have to stand for 5 minutes if you're going to have another slice of pizza.
I think that's something. I thought we were going to... I mean, this is fun. Don't get me wrong. But I think one of the deaths that kind of happened recently is the death of Siri on our podcast.
Well, yeah, we did. We expanded into different... We don't even do phone pranks anymore.
I know. Yeah, I always felt bad with those, though. You always call people that are at work.
Yeah, because nobody answers the phone when I call them at home, except for that one couple. But I really think this show would have taken off faster if we would have continued with the phone pranks, because I don't like to toot my own horn, but I'm a good phone pranker.
You're pretty good.
Maybe that's one of the next shows on the podcast network. Maybe I'll just have a podcast of phone pranks.
There you go. Because with your Google number, you whatever. You know?
I can call the president, say I'm gonna fucking murder his. Wait, can I? So when I was young, my dad actually called the president, and he got the White House's number. He didn't actually talk to the president. I'm not gonna say that, but he actually got the White House's number, called them, and said that. And at this time, it was Ronald Reagan, I believe, president. So
awesome.
He said that Ronald Reagan was an idiot. And, yeah.
I liked Ronald.
Yeah, I liked Ronald, too. I think. I don't know. He's been gone for a long time. Let's move on to the next death, shall we?
Shall we?
Let's see if you know this name. Erin Morin.
No.
She was on a TV show called Happy Days, and Joni loves Chachi. She was Joni, not Chachi. That's Scott Baio.
Okay. Cool, moving on.
Don Rickles. Do you remember Don Rickles?
Nope.
No. Okay. Comedian, old time comedian. Back in the days of like Bob Hope and shit. Oh, another one that I thought was dead already. Judge Wapner.
Judge Wapner. I can't picture that.
You don't remember Judge Wapner?
I've heard of it.
People's
Was
Court.
Was it a?
It was
male or female?
It was a male. He was like the first TV judge. I think he's been off TV probably 25, 30 years.
I know I've probably seen it. I can only picture Judy right now, but...
Do you know how much money Judge Judy makes a year?
No. $1.50.
She is the richest syndicated TV show host in the world. I believe she makes more money than Oprah Winfrey. But I believe she makes $52 million a year.
You know, and I like her demeanor. She's really humble. And in a way, you know, like, well, good for her. Get him.
Yeah. I mean, I can't watch that shit, but whatever. And then last one I wrote down, and I know there's been lots more that have died this year, but Mary Tyler Moore. They say she's a comic legend. I can't say that I've ever seen her in anything in my life.
Yeah, no. I only thing I know her from is, what was that band? It's like they had the Happy Days thing, and it was and you're Mary Tyler Moore.
Oh,
I
Weezer.
Don't care if you care about me anyway. I don't care about that.
Yeah. They actually put that song on. They loaded it onto all the computers. Microsoft did, like in the late '90s. So when you bought a brand new PC, that one was on there. That song was automatically on there for you.
I had to take that off so I could tell how much beer I had. I had
Oh.
to take the wrapper off the stupid thing. I'm almost halfway through this bitch.
You're not
I'm
gonna
not
have
able to drink this without peeing.
You're not gonna have enough beer for the show.
I'll have to drink some of Melissa's beer.
Oh, okay, good. All right, so we've gotten through the deaths, and now it's time to talk about this year's best or worst moments. It just depends on where you fall in society's line of civility.
Okay.
Does that make any sense?
I don't know. I was hoping we'd talk about the best births of the year.
The best births?
Yeah.
We can talk about whatever you want to. It's your show too, buddy.
No, I haven't done any research. I didn't know we're actually doing research this time, but wouldn't that be cool to be like, I think this person's going to be awesome. His name is Little Jimmy Timmy.
Little Jimmy Timmy. I actually have a cousin disowned. I've disowned 90% of my dad's family, but she had a baby and she named it Jesse James, and the parents took the baby away from her, and I think that's probably the right move to do. I'm gonna name my baby Jesse James. Jesse James is my little baby.
That's better than Marilyn Manson or something. Little boy Marilyn Manson.
Yeah. Hold on a second here.
Wasn't Jesse's last name was James, right? You can't even do that.
Yeah. So his middle name was James? Jesse James? My name's Jesse James Owens. That was her last name. Oh, I just put his name out there on the internet.
Oh, good.
Oh, well. Who cares?
You're going to be famous, little one. Don't worry about it.
Hey, he's about 30 years old now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. All right. Let's go on to best or worst moments of 2000.
He got taken away from his mama?
Yeah, he got taken away. They named him. What did they name him after that? Because his name's not.
His name? Oh.
I don't know if they did or not.
Let's not bring up his real name, okay? You already fucked up good enough already. Just stop.
I don't know if that. That's a good question. I don't know. All right. How should we do this? I'm going to give you. I have 6 written down, Because that's all I really could think of off the top of my head.
Do it.
Should we rank them in worst to first?
Okay, let me get a pen.
All right.
Wrong fucking drawer.
God damn it!
Here's my water bill. I think I paid that.
Oh.
We'll see.
I'd hate to see my water bill this year.
Yeah, yours is gonna be cheap as fuck, isn't it?
I've been out of I haven't had water for the last 4 days, guys. And that makes shitting and pissing a little adventurous. Last night I realized that the cat hadn't had any water all day, so I went outside with its dish and scooped up some snow, and I threw it on the floor and I said, "Have at it, bitch."
You guys are just drinking beers?
And I just been drinking beers.
So you got to shit in the toilet and you piss in the tank.
Oh, is that how it's done?
Yeah. You give yourself an upper decker. All right, what do you got?
All right. No, okay. First one. The Vegas shooter. The Vegas shooter. Now, this was big news. He killed how many people? I don't even remember. Yeah. How do these stories they're so big and then 6 months later? How long has it even been? 6 months? 4 months? Who even knows? Do we even care?
Well, not with all this raping.
No,
we're afraid of raping.
Next on the list is Rapegate.
Is that it? For real?
Yeah, Rapegate. That's the next one. Man, it's got to be if you're an actor in Hollywood, you're really going through your fucking memories right now.
Yeah, no shit.
Because it seems like everything is rape anymore. Or
I don't remember that because I was high as fuck. All right, come on, give me a break here.
You know, she was going down on me, and then she said, "I don't want to do this anymore," and I came. And so I don't know if that's rape.
Yeah.
But yeah, seriously. I mean, even if it was consensual, I think some of these people are going down because of it.
Yep.
And that's horrible.
What else you got?
I've got Trump's first year. Is this a good thing or a bad thing? And can you believe it's only been his first year?
Okay.
All right. This year, 2017, seemed to be the year of the hurricane. At one time, we had 3 Category 4s at the same time. Is Mother Nature mad at us?
One
or
the biggest ever seen, and Trump happened to be in power, and it was huge.
I didn't know you could do a Trump.
Yeah.
Can you say anything else?
I don't even know what else he says.
He doesn't really say a lot. He just really types it up on Twitter. We also had a solar eclipse this year. It's the first time in years. I didn't see it. I was in the house watching pornography.
I thought there's no order to these, really. I was just gonna be hard to rate because they're all over the place.
They're all over the place. Yeah. You know, this is how my mind works.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fall of net neutrality, and then the fallout of the fall.
Yeah, I haven't quite figured that one out yet.
Yeah, well, now I guess all the states, I shouldn't say all the states, but 16 different states are suing the government, saying that, no, you're not going to do this to us, you motherfuckers. Because there's big business in .coms.
Yeah.
You can't kill the .com. Especially now because we got a .com, and I need this money.
Yeah.
Invest in DNA Digital Network, and you'll be very happy.
Right.
Very happy.
You can get stock really cheap right now, and it's bound
cheap
to skyrocket.
We're going to need at least $40 by the end of the night because we made some hasty decisions.
Yeah. I might have to make her beer run. If you could send that tonight via PayPal, that'd be great.
PayPal us. We do have a PayPal at DNA Digital Network. Yeah, I've set that up already. I'm on the ball. I'm on the ball.
Oh, ready to receive all your donations.
I'm ready to receive all that money.
If you don't send money, we will stay up all night in honor of Jerry Lewis.
Hey, you know, actually, I was thinking about doing an all-night marathon. I was.
Dude, I go to bed at 10:30 no matter what.
Yeah, so I'm going to have a bunch of different guests.
Oh.
Hey, Nikki, if you're listening, call. I need your help.
Let's get an 8-ball and fucking have at it, eh?
I need some cocaine, some duct tape, and
we recently watched a movie. I watched a movie.
Wow.
Yeah. It was a newer movie. It was called The Night Before. Have you seen that?
The Night Before. Has that got Seth Rogen?
Yeah.
Yes, I think I have seen that.
Really? I thought I had one on you, but that was pretty good. And it was funny that his wife, she's pregnant, gets him the cocaine, and he goes, "Wow, can we or I haven't done that in so long." And she's like, "Yeah, nobody does or has or whatever." But yeah, cocaine isn't the thing to go to anymore. You got so many other crazy drugs.
The go-to now is the heroin is the go-to, which is weird because it had its time in the 80s. You would think that would.
I never. Yeah.
Yeah.
I never wanted to do that. I don't like needles.
Yeah, I mean, why am I going to stick a needle in myself? Now,
whenever I see it, they just pass out. Like, I could drink and pass out.
Fuck yeah, and it's a lot cheaper too, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the major thing with any of these drugs. I mean, I'm priced out. I'm not going to blow someone for a fucking line of cocaine. Just not going to do it. I am, I'm interested in trying some of these edibles, though. These pot edibles. And so if, anybody's listening right now and you can't send us a couple dollars. I mean, maybe you cook up a batch of brownies and they, they find their way to my doorstep and maybe me and AJ will eat an edible on here.
I get drug tested.
Do you get drug tested?
Yeah.
I don't know if I do or not, so I probably shouldn't even do that either.
You should at least ask the question first. Yeah.
How do you work? Hey, do I get drug tested?
You would know by now because they would do it prior to employment.
Yeah, you would think so, right? Unless they're trying to catch me. That's what I don't understand about drug tests. We're going to have to give you a drug test. We're going to do it in a couple weeks, okay? Oh,
no, they
okay.
don't. So we do now hair follicle tests. So if you're hiring somebody, it used to be you had to do a urine test, and in a couple weeks, you can pass it. If you're unemployed, you're probably sitting at home smoking pot.
Sure, of course you are.
It's not like they're out there, doing heroin and whatever. Oh, and I don't even think that shit shows up. Like, there's certain things that don't show up on the drug test anyway. But marijuana does. And so in the hair test, it goes back, 60 days or something.
Really?
So, like, what have you done in the last 60 days? Have you done any pot? It's like,
I don't know.
Well, I don't have a job, so yeah.
How else am I going to watch my soap operas?
Right. So it's really hard to hire people. Now, they did make a mistake one time. I don't even know if I should go into this. Should I go into this?
I don't know.
What the? I've said too much already, right? just.
You've gone so far,
sure,
you might as well complete.
I'm sure everybody wants to hear this anyway. So they made a point to say, I was at a different branch. I was out of the state, like, for this job, and they said that they weren't going to drug test anymore the rest of the year, and it was like October. So we started doing all kinds of shit, and turns out I used to smoke pot for a while, and then I kind of quit because I just I had other shit to do, and then the high was getting in my way, and I just started getting really paranoid and shit, and I just wanted to be left alone and play some video games, but I couldn't because I usually had to go to something with my parents and whatever, and it was bad. So anyway, I'm like, let's try it again. I giggled myself to death pretty much. I just could not stop laughing, and then we started doing all these different things, and so we were talking to a guy, and he's like, yeah, man, you guys ever try crack? And we're like, no.
This escalated fast.
No, let's get some crack. So we go, like, it was the sketchiest deal ever. We went from one house and picked up a guy, and he really didn't talk. He took us to a different house, and then we had to wait in the garage, and it was just, like, dark as shit. I feel like it was black and white that night. It was so dark, but it was like we were hiding this garage, and the dude comes out, and he's like, he's got the shit, and I guess there's some cranky old lady that sells it or whatever. And so whenever you buy drugs, right, you've got to, like, do a line or do a whatever with your dealer. That's
right.
Like part of the deal.
So they know that you're not a narc.
Oh yeah. So he brings out a piece of antenna, like out of a radio antenna, and there's a piece of some chore boy, like a what do you call it, like steel wool, shoved at the end of it, so the crack wouldn't run through. Right. And we shove the end of this damn piece of thing with crack, and then we're lighting it. We're trying to smoke it, but it's getting hot as fuck. It's an antenna, and we're like, oh fuck, and like smoke a couple like little things, and we're like, oh yeah, we're cool, whatever. And so we take off and we go back to my buddy's house, and we're like, I was in a band at the time, so playing some guitar and whatever, and just kind of fiddling around, and we're drinking too, and it's like, it really wasn't doing much. Like, I've tried some coke and I've tried some meth, and those were way better than this crack shit. And so
I feel like all this is going to get edited out at the end.
we ended up smoking this crack ball, and then he's like, "That's it." I'm like, "That's it."
This is it.
Yeah, I'm like, well, good. I'm tired of fucking, my lips are all blistered from burning them and shit. And I'm like, that stuff sucks. It's not even good.
Yeah, you got 90% baking soda, about 5% cocaine.
Yeah. And I'm like, I don't feel like sucking your dick for more or anything. Like, what a letdown.
I can't.
Like,
well,
how do people get addicted to this shit? They're fucking lame as fuck.
This was the easy stuff.
Yeah. So anyway, I guess I don't get it.
Yeah. I lived in a crack house for about 6 months, and I watched what it did to people. And
it's just really cheap cocaine, right?
Yeah. I mean, I could make crack cocaine for you. I know how to do it. It's just baking soda and cocaine. And it's more baking soda than it is cocaine.
So why not just use the cocaine?
I don't know. I've never understood it either. But I've watched people.
Cocaine's already got a bunch of shit in it too most of the time. By the time you get it.
Yeah, I mean, you don't even know what you're getting when you're snorting cocaine. It could be anything. But
some borax and cocaine, like yeah. It's yeah.
I guess maybe that's why people do it, because do the crack, because everyone says it's a pure high, but I don't see how that is. I guess I'm gonna have to smoke crack on the show to see what it does.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do some coke, and then that'll last about 20-30 minutes, basically, and then you can smoke a little bit and see what you think about the two.
I was listening to this podcast the other night, and the guy was talking about everything. He had like 30 subjects in 30 seconds. I couldn't deal with
it. All right, let's rate these. So are we rating them from the most shittiest to the
yeah, let's do it. Yeah, shittiest to the least shittiest.
So best is worst?
Yes.
In a way?
Yeah. Okay. The best is the worst, and the worst is the best.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't really put too much thought into it.
No, it's going to be hard. So I think the worst is probably the Vegas shooter, right? That's got to be number one.
Let me look at the list again.
But the hurricane's got to be number two then, because that devastated a lot of people and, fucked up a lot of shit.
Right.
The hurricanes.
Hurricanes. I wonder if the Scorpions made any money out of the Hurricanes this year with their hit "Hit Me Like a Hurricane." Isn't that a song by the Scorpions?
Rock
Me Like a Hurricane, yeah.
Hit Me Like a Freight Train.
Oh, yes, that's Guns N' Roses.
I guess it could be arguably that Trump's year could go number 3.
Wow. Rapegate is falling further down than I thought it would, to be quite honest with you.
You know, I think in my book, Rapegate is totally last because I honestly
most of it's
don't
bullshit?
give a shit about it. Okay, number 3 is Rapegate. Net neutrality. I'm going to give that a 7 because we don't even know what that is yet. There's only 6 here.
We know what it could be, but it hasn't been anything yet.
So give that a 7 until we figure out what that is. Solar eclipse. That was just really cool.
Yeah. I just thought it should be brought up. Yeah.
And I'm not just picking on Trump. I think all presidents probably have a shit year.
Yeah.
It's just I always say this, but I don't think it really matters who our presidents are. We're just people regardless. So
I agree with that. I've always the president for the most part is a pawn.
Yeah.
Do you think? I don't know if I've ever asked you this question or not, but were you a fan of Obama?
You know,
he was there for 8 years. How did your life improve or not improve?
It was the same.
It was the same.
Same shit's happening now as what with. Okay, the only thing that changed is with my 401k did really shitty with Obama.
It did.
Nothing else really changed, and
now, do we think that had anything to do with him, or was it just the people in charge of your 401k invested poorly?
See, that's the thing. There's so many layers on this. It's really hard to say what it is. I know that now Trump's in there. My 401k is doing awesome, and a lot of the stock markets are. And that kind of makes sense, given his background.
Right.
Whether it has anything to do with him or not. Uh-oh. I think I just gave myself the hiccups. I don't really know, but there's so much more to the story behind the scenes that we don't. Even at my place of work, there's so much shit going on that nobody knows about or can even keep track of. It's like that with everything. So, right. And we know that everyone's getting our palms greased. You know, so I think I already talked about this, but I don't even believe that when someone wins a game or a race or something that they're not totally fucking paid off too. I think everything's bullshit. How can you believe that anything is real? I mean, TV's not real. I'm so sick and tired of some of the people at work talking about these reality shows and how they have these awesome little and they're totally made up. I'm like, that sounds made up, right? And they're like, yeah, I know, but you don't. You act like it's real.
Yeah, it's true.
The only thing that's not real is like the YouTube thing, and they're people are screwing with that too. So I don't know. I'm kind of. I don't know. I think there's more to the world, and I want to go find that. And the little petty things that we know and love here, and things that we've been told about, like don't go to Saudi Arabia. I don't know if I believe all that. I think we'd be fine because I believe that for the most part people are good.
Yeah, I've met more good people in my life than I've met bad people. It just seems like the bad people are so bad that it almost outweighs the good that you see in people. I don't know. Yeah. And I think that's what it is. I think people dwell on the bad way more than they dwell on the good.
Right. And so in this day and age, if you're into something, if you're left wing or right wing and you're into that, it's really easy to find other people that are into that and have these conversations that are all into that.
Yeah. And so, hold on a second.
There's no uniqueness to any of it, though, right? So Go ahead.
I don't even know what left wing and right wing means. I don't know. I don't know the difference between conservative and non-conservative because, I wish there was no political party. I hate that there's Republicans and Democrats, and there shouldn't be any of this because you're already telling me that the setup is fucked up and biased. Or maybe not biased, but it's broken when you're already segregating and separating what should be united. I mean, that's our fucking name is United, but now we're here with 7,000 different parties.
Yeah.
So what's the point? Why can't we just be human beings?
That's what I don't get about it either. Is and one side is completely the opposite of the other side.
Right.
Okay, well, how is that ever going to work out?
It's not. It's never going to work.
Yeah, so that's why I voted. I think I've said this, like, I believe that everything we do is looked at in numbers, if nothing else, like on what we're going to buy, what we're going to purchase,
Right.
and it's all to stimulate the, get everybody big, fat, and rich.
Right.
So when given a poll to look at it, no matter who you vote for, people are watching that. I don't think our vote really matters. I think it's already kind of in the bag on who's going to win. And we all know that if it's one way for a while, it's going to go back the other way. And sometimes I feel like the candidates that are thrown in there are completely ridiculous. Now, this one, both sides were ridiculous. So I would have been just bummed out either way. So... And then they say, if you vote for this, I voted for Johnson. Why did I vote for Johnson? I don't know hardly anything about Johnson other than he was different than what we have right now. Our system is really fucking weird that we have to choose one or the other. And I knew it was either going to be red or blue that won, but Republican or Democrat. But
See, I don't even know who Johnson is. Who is Johnson?
He was, they call him. He was something or other party. There's like when you look at if you go into
the main ones were Trump, Clinton, and the older guy
Barry or something.
Fuck.
Barry Sanders, wasn't it?
No, he sells Kentucky Fried Chicken. Oh, Bernie Sanders. You're close, yeah.
Yeah, Bernie. And but he was what did he run for? Wasn't he
I think he was an independent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really don't know.
But Johnson was a something else in between the two, and I just don't think we need to be so far apart. And like I said, regardless of whatever happens, okay, I still think that you can have a good conversation with a person. But when you bring up stuff like this, people get like all defensive with religion and with politics. And it's really weird. Like all these wars are about the same stuff too. But when you don't talk about it, you just get to know the person, then most people are like pretty awesome and do whatever. But you just don't touch on those. And I don't give a shit. Like I have my views have nothing to do with who I vote for.
Right.
Because I know nobody's going to be totally what I'm thinking.
Right.
And I'm just trying to do the best that I can, and I try not to screw people over unless they screw me over first, or give them the benefit of the doubt, whatever.
Right. What I found humorous about this past election was this. Everyone said, not everyone, but everyone who voted for Trump, well, we're tired of career politicians. We need a change in the office. We need someone who's for the everyman. When the fuck was Donald Trump ever the everyman? He was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. He has never struggled a day in his life. He filed bankruptcy and still had more money than you'll ever spend in your life. He was never the common man. He doesn't give a shit about you.
Right.
So, but, I mean, and I'm not saying that he hasn't done anything good for the country, because I don't know. I don't know what he's done. I know what the news tells me. I know what he tells me. But I don't know for a fact. I wasn't there.
Then it depends on which news you listen to.
Yeah,
the story's different. And nobody really knows.
Right.
Nobody really... That's the thing. We don't even know about Area 61 yet, and if they really have an alien.
Right.
We don't know what happened to John F. Kennedy. There's all these conspiracies. There's conspiracies with 9/11.
Oh, I should have put that on the list. They actually released some of the Kennedy assassination papers this year.
I'm trying to think. There's something that's recently been going down, too, that I'm kind of sick of, but I can't remember what it was. You know what? You know what I really fucking hate that's just started this year, too?
What's that?
Pop sockets.
Pop sockets?
Yes.
What the fuck is a pop socket?
Oh, I guess I'll explain it because this is a podcast. I forgot.
Yeah.
I was going to get one to show you, but basically it's this sticker that goes on the back of your phone, and then it's like the size of a Pog. Remember Pogs?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you can pull it, and it pops out, and it creates this little spot that you can put your fingers up into to hold your phone.
Because holding your phone was a horrible thing?
Instead of holding your phone with your whole hand, now you can hold your phone, and I'm like, I don't fucking get it. Okay? They're like, you can hold it upside down. And I'm like, look, I'm holding my phone with my hand.
What function is that?
Down.
How does that help you function?
I could, if it was something that made my phone hover in front of me, that would be cool.
That'd be cool, yeah.
And then, you ever laying down, like on the couch or in bed, and you're trying to do stuff, and my arms fall asleep after a while? That sucks. If my phone could just
Do you mean
hover,
porn on your phone? Is that what you're saying?
I gotta admit something. I've been playing a shitload of Angry Birds 2 lately.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
When winter comes, there's nothing else to do. And so I've been playing a bunch of Angry Birds, and so I got to keep it pretty close so I can see where to aim those little birds. And my arms fall asleep after a while.
I didn't take you as a gamer. I didn't know. Are you a gamer if you play Angry Birds on your phone? Is that?
You know what? It's probably not an adult manly thing to do. I can't believe I've talked about drugs that I've done and playing Angry Birds.
It's a wide ranging selection of topics we've chose tonight.
Fuck you, Heineken. God damn it!
What did you do, Heineken? What did you do to me?
I'm almost halfway through this bitch, though.
You're gonna do it. You're gonna be.
Got about a half a liter in me. I haven't had to pee yet. So then they're like, what else did they say? Oh, the only thing that's kind of good about it is you can pull it out. It's nice that it syncs up to your phone. It pushes in, so then it's still a fucking thing hanging off the back of your phone that's probably 3/16 thick. So it's still going to catch on your pocket or whatever. It would never fit in I have like a little holster I keep my phone in. It would never fit in that. But you can pull it out, and then you can prop your phone will just sit up on its side. But I can use I'm using a glass right now or whatever. I don't. They're not that cool. I hate them. And then they wear out after a while, and the kids are like, "Oh, I broke my pop socket." And I'm like, "Quit being a fag."
Who bought that for you?
Yeah, not me.
So the pop socket is the new fidget widget or whatever the fuck that thing was called.
No, it's not something to fidget with.
But I mean, it's the new fad.
That's what I should do is put a bearing on it so you can fidget spin your fucking cell phone. But I
can't see anything going wrong with that.
Yeah. Phone sales will go up. Everybody's going to be happy. Thanks for the fidget widget.
We got to give that AJ a bonus. He's not an employee. Oh.
Yeah. Apple will be like, dude, we're replacing screens left and right. This is great.
The iFidget coming to Apple.
So I'm always like, I can't believe you got on them fidget spinners for your phone. That's what I tell them. They're like, it's not a fidget spinner. I'm like, well, what? It is. Some of the guys at work have started doing it.
Oh, boy.
And I'll be like, that's called a pop socket, right? Like, how do you feel about having a thing on your phone called a pop socket? The one guy had
my wife likes it.
He had one that had a Hot Wheels car on it.
God damn. Fire him. Fire him. You have the ability to fire people, right? He's got too much expendable money. You fire his ass.
I might play Angry Birds, but I work with grown men that have pop sockets.
And you watch
so I
porn
feel like
on that
I'm okay.
phone too.
I do. They were afraid of it. I'm like, because it's a company phone. I'm like, here's what you do. You're fine.
Have you ever heard of the word VPN?
I do like the private browsing on the Apple. That's great. Do you know the private?
Google has that too.
Oh, okay. I didn't know it was a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Okay.
Because all these
Dennis.
companies know there's a bunch of fucking perverts using the products.
Yeah,
I mean, what's the first thing you do when you open up a new computer, when you start that computer up? I wonder how fast the porn's going to be on this. Yep,
Yeah.
it's fast.
Hey, okay, Dennis.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. I'm going to send you a link to a YouTube video. Are you done with your topics?
Yeah, I think so. I just the last one that I had that we can do after this, predictions for 2018.
That's a really hard thing to do. Like, how do you predict the unknown?
It doesn't have to be real. It could be funny things.
Oh, because it's a comedy show. I forget sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, you can do whatever you want.
Like,
it doesn't have to be
I feel like you're going to
serious.
hold me to it if it doesn't happen. Be like, that fucking AJ's a liar. Okay, I'm going to send you this link to a YouTube video that I ran. One of the guys at work was showing me or whatever. Overheard it, I think is what it was. I haven't actually seen it myself, so I'm going to watch it too.
Okay.
But I sent it to your cell phone.
Okay.
And let's go ahead, and we don't really have to end the call, but we're going to watch it, and then we'll come back to this. How's that sound?
Okay.
So we can shut off our mics, and then you go ahead and watch that, and then we'll talk about it and what it was.
So I should play some music for the people that are on the live stream?
Oh, can you do that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Play them some music. Is there anybody? Can you see if there's anybody on the live stream?
There's a couple people. I don't know who it is.
Okay, that's cool.
But there are some people listening. They're
They'll be
listening.
bummed out. Yeah, if we.
Yeah. So we'll.
I hope it's not my boss.
It probably is, because in the chat they said we're gonna need to talk to you on Monday morning, AJ.
Okay. There's a chat too.
Somewhere, I don't know where it's at.
Oh.
Play my song. That's what they all night they've been asking me to play the song. Let's
song?
see here. Let's see. What should I play for them?
You should play. You have to play something downloaded on your computer.
No, I don't. But it's on YouTube. If you type in royalty-free rock audio, it's free and you can play it. And that's what we're going to do right now.
Whatever. Oh, okay. That sounds good. Let's get that playing. We'll shut off our mics. We'll watch this quick. It is it's like 8 minutes.
Okay. Let us do it.
Are you watching it?
I was just so far from here, focused on my own way, with never looking back to those who lived in fear. There was nothing I could do, there was nothing you said that could make me realize how much lucky I was. Just out of reach of the fire, was not aware of the nightmare, but when I stopped to see those eyes begging for help, begging for hope, just need to open my eyes down to try to change them to sunshine, to be someone among others. I've got to try. If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have the time to find.
Actually, you know what I'm thinking?
Oh, what?
I'm thinking that we could actually play this on the show for people to watch as well.
Okay, how we do that?
Hold on 1 second, because we do. I mean, I don't think we'd get in trouble for playing this clip. Let's see here.
Because I think that you don't need to see it. The audio's fine. She goes into it pretty.
Just
good.
the audio? Okay. Then I'll just play the audio.
I mean, you can do whatever you want, but yeah, just the audio, you kind of get the point.
What was it called again? Feminist Baby Story.
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
Okay.
I wasn't able to get hyped up to our intro, but you can now play Feminist Baby. Come on, man.
Yeah, but you're not going to be able to hear it on mine either. You're going to still have to watch it on yours.
Oh. Oh.
Unless I do this. Can you hear it like this?
So I was out and about the other day. I went to Target to find some children's books for my 2-year-old when I happened
So you got to watch it now with us.
This book.
I've seen it before.
Oh,
Feminist Baby. That's
Feminist
right,
Baby.
You heard me. They're already indoctrinating
This chick's kind of
children
hot.
with feminism. Just to make
I
sure
like
that
Rainbow
this
Snatch.
was not just a gag present.
What's that?
I went to
I like her alias, Rainbow
Disney
Snatch. Have you gotten
which
that
is
far?
listed on the back of
Not
the
yet.
book. And sure enough, Disney has it listed for 0 to 2.
Are you watching it? Tell me,
Well,
because
first
I
of
don't want to
all,
be
how
sitting
does
here
a
forever.
child
I'm watching
it
right
from
now.
0 to 2
Oh, do it.
can
Watch it.
grasp the concept of
I just said the
Shut
chick's
your mouth.
hot.
well, who
Shut your mouth
better
and watch
than
it.
To explain it to him than Rainbow Snatch. Good morning, little theys, z's, rainbows, and purple penguins. Today we're gonna have story time
What
with
the
drag
fuck?
queens, and I'm Rainbow Snatch. I identify as a trans, multi-dimensional, non-binary being. So please refer to me
What?
as my proper pronoun as they. So today we're going to
Did she say her name's Rainbow Snatch?
Very special book written by a powerful woman author who's very smart. Her name is Lauren Brantz. Feminist Baby by Lauren Brantz, published by Disney Hyperion. Feminist Baby loves to dance. Feminist Baby says no to pants.
What the f? I'm not some pretty f***ing helpless princess in distress. I'm pretty f***ing powerful and ready for sex.
This is
What?
promoting pedophilia with children.
She's ready for
Telling them to
sex?
take off their
She was
clothes,
8.
And then a picture of a naked baby looking all empowered and proud. It's no wonder that Disney published this book. However, from a perspective of a parent, this disturbs me because you're promoting children taking their clothes off, peeing and pooping everywhere. Give me a break. Feminist Baby likes pink and blue. Likes pink or blue, so they're obviously promoting the whole you can choose whatever gender you want to be. Feminist Baby chooses what to wear. It's her choice.
So the feminist baby could be a boy or girl?
One of the things I don't like about this already is it's telling the children that they have a choice over their parents' choice. Mom says, put this on, you're going to church. Nope, I'm not. I'm wearing a Ninja Turtle costume. Sorry, I'm a feminist baby.
With a new makeup challenge, full face using only kids makeup. I'm like, girl, Jesus, take the wheel. I am a boy that loves
Oh boy.
And if you don't
Do I have to watch the whole thing?
She doesn't care.
Yeah, you gotta watch it all. It gets better.
Feminist Baby makes lots of noise. Feminist Baby.
So that Asian guy beating the pan was a feminist baby?
That was weird, yeah.
Get that camera out of my face. Well, it looks like Feminist Baby is going to be spending an awful lot of time in timeout with that attitude. Feminist Baby.
Rainbow
plays with
Snatch would be kind of
dolls
hot if she wasn't a
and
fucking idiot.
cars. This is promoting the whole gender role thing where you've seen these hippie LGBT.
Rainbow Snatch is an
parents
older
when they're
woman,
having
not a little
boys
kid,
wear
we must say.
dresses and Barbie dolls, little cars, and the girls, and you can't even
Good
tell
point.
who's what,
Good point.
what's what. But the odd thing is, it seems like they're always kind of pushing the little boys into the Barbies and stuff a little bit more than they're pushing the girls into, you know, Xbox or Ninja Turtles. And when she sings, she's a baby rock star.
I am a nasty woman.
Feminist baby is as smart as she seems. Have you seen how smart some of these feminists seem in real life?
I am the feminist who is out to ruin your life. I am the feminist who is pushing your daughter down the slippery slope of sluthood.
This is the whole going against the grain, going against tradition, going against your parents, teaching children to be naughty. Feminist baby can be whatever she dreams. Yes, that's right, little purple penguins, unicorns, little theys and z's. You can be whatever it is you dream. And if they don't like it, well then anyone who doesn't call you by your proper pronoun, you make sure to notify us so we can round them up and put them in prison camps.
You will address me
Prison
by
camps?
whatever my proper pronoun is for the day that I decided to be, or you will face the consequences.
I wonder how much cocaine she did.
It's one thing for some just random oddball feminist named Lauren Grant to write this book and think that it's even going to make any sense to 2-year-olds. But it's another thing to be having it being published and distributed by Disney. But is it any wonder when you've seen this whole pedophile, complete corrupt culture in Hollywood and in big corporations like Disney? We've seen the Weinstein scandal, we've seen all of these scandals, Corey Feldman coming out talking about pedophilia in the movie industry. So when you see things like, you know, promoting little children to take off their pants, it's no surprise when you find out that it's Disney.
Wait, it was Disney?
Yeah, no, Disney put that book out. It's promoted by Disney for 0 to 2-year-olds is what it's recommended for. And I did get a copy. I haven't been over to your house yet for your daughters.
Awesome. I always need an extra little bit of toilet paper.
What?
I don't.
What?
I don't even really know how to process what I just watched. I mean, that was pretty much the most insane thing I've ever seen in my life. And I don't even know what they're trying to say.
Okay, yeah. So I don't even know what is a feminist? I've never really
I don't know. I've never been able to understand that myself, because you ask a hardcore feminist what a feminist is, and then you ask well, it's the cool thing to do right now, so I'm a feminist. You know, the white chicks that stop shaving their armpits.
Yeah. That
feminist, and then you have the black feminist, and then you have the dude feminist.
Are you gonna? I'll ask her.
Okay.
Hang on.
He's gonna ask Siri.
What is a feminist? What is a feminist?
Checking on that. All right. Here's what I got.
Okay, feminism. Feminism is a range of political movements, ideologies, and social movements that share a common goal to define, establish, and achieve political, economic, personal, and social equality.
Equality.
Of sex equality, yeah. That's what I tried to say, but fuck you, Heineken, of sexes. This includes seeking to establish educational and professional opportunities for women that are equal to those for men. Okay, that's kind of what I thought. So it has been proven that women sometimes don't get paid the same as much as men in the roles.
Sure.
And that sucks. But I don't know why with the part about taking the pants off, what that has to do with anything.
Yeah, it was weird. You know, on the other side of the argument there, though, there are jobs that guys can't get that women always get.
Like Hooters waiter?
Yeah. Yeah, you don't see Hooters waiters in there.
Can you imagine? Be like,
can I
sit somewhere else?
Can I get a different table?
I always get like either no boobs or like ugly snarl tooth.
Now I've noticed that
ugliest chick like I don't even see them. I'll scan, be like, okay, all of them look really good tonight. I go sit down, this fucking ugliest.
She pops out of the fucking brushes.
It's like, what?
This is what happens.
This is what happened. The table right next to me has some smoking hot thing, and I can look at all them, but it's like,
and she's a she's a flirty bitch too.
Yeah.
I always get this. I'll go into like Buffalo Wild Wings or whatever, and it'll be this really hot fucking chick, and she'll be like, I'm actually leaving. This is the end of my shift, but Bernice will be taking your order.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, she's not. I'm just gonna go to McDonald's.
Yeah, right.
But yeah,
movement have campaigned and continue to campaign for women's rights, including the right to vote, to hold public office, to work, to earn fair wages or equal pay, to own property, to receive education, to enter contracts, to have equal rights within marriage, and to have maternity leave. Feminists have also worked to promote bodily autonomy and integrity, and to protect women and girls from rape, sexual harassment, and domestic violence. Changes in dress and acceptable physical activity have often been part of feminist movements. Okay, that seems all good.
Wait a second, stop raping her. I'm a feminist, and I'm here to stop that rape.
Feminist campaigns are generally considered to be a main force behind major historical society changes. Okay, this all seems good. But although feminist advocacy is and has been mainly focused on women's rights, some feminists, including bell hooks, whatever that is, argue for the inclusion of men's liberation within its aims because men are also harmed by traditional gender roles. What does that have to do with she can be whatever she wants to be? Black, pink, or blue? Because that doesn't seem like
that's
feminism.
Male and female.
I mean, is that what they're talking about here? Men's liberation? What do we need? What is our liberation that we're trying to liberate by? And are we still feminists if we believe in it? Or is there meninists?
I have no idea. This whole thing doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, that book was fucked up enough, and now Wikipedia is really blowing my mind with this. So I feel like I should have been a feminist a long time ago. Feminist theory, which emerged from feminist movements, aims to understand the nature of gender inequality by examining women's social roles and lived experience, and has developed theories in a variety of disciplines in order to respond to issues concerning gender. I feel like the more I read of this,
the more
less I know.
you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
There's black feminism and intersectional feminism.
So basically, it's nothing.
There's a theory. This goes on and on. I don't want to read anymore because...
You know, okay, so when you ask me what I think feminism is, what I think it should be is the... It should be... It shouldn't have anything to do with politics. Why is everything revolving around politics.
Because politics is what makes your wages change and some shit happen with whatever.
Does it?
Right? Well, so...
Does it have to be that way? Why can't we change that?
Well, they are. They're working at it every day.
Are they?
But I guess that's what they say. That's what it looks like in the what Wikipedia says. And yeah, women used to not be able to vote, and they didn't have a lot of rights and stuff, and the whole. I think if a woman is doing what I'm doing at work, we should get the same pay and.
Oh, absolutely.
Whatever.
Absolutely.
I'm cool with all that.
I believe in equality.
Yeah,
sure.
Equality. I think, maybe I'm an equalitist, not a feminist.
Hey, that's a better word than... I don't believe that... I don't think there should be feminists, and I don't think there should be menimists. I don't think there should be anything. I think we should just be fucking human beings.
Yeah.
If everyone was just a human fucking being, we wouldn't have to have feminists. We wouldn't have to have menimists. Is that a thing? Is menimist?
Equalimists?
We wouldn't need equalimists because it would just be equality. Just treat everybody the same. I don't think I'm any better than anybody else. I don't think you think you're any better than anybody else. Do we have?
I'm definitely better.
Do we have skill traits that are better than some people in certain skill traits? Sure. But just because I have a dick doesn't... I don't think that just because I have a dick that I should be given anything differently. And I don't think just because a chick has a vagina that she should be given something differently.
Right.
But my goal for 2018 is this. Dismantle the government.
Ooh.
That's my goal.
Careful with that.
I'd also like to get laid by a human being. Not you. Nor Tom.
Okay. How about, would this big-ass beer bottle be considered a human being?
Ask me again in about 10 beers.
Yeah.
All right. I think we've... I think it's been a good show. I think we're running out of steam a little bit.
Really? You got nowhere. Do you recommend the Feminist Baby book?
No, not at all. In fact, this is what I want to happen. I want everyone to donate $10 to our Patreon, and I will buy every copy of that book, and I will have it destroyed. I will purchase a Tesla, fill it up with these books, drive it to the front of the White House, and I will burn these books, and I will burn down that White House, and I'll take down 2 of our enemies.
Wow.
Yeah.
In the Tesla?
In the Tesla.
You're gonna take out the Tesla too?
Yeah, might as well. I'm gonna put some insurance on it.
So do you need insurance? Do you need a driver's license if you have a Tesla that can drive itself?
No, I don't think so. I'm gonna be in passenger side. Okay. I'm like, Tesla, slow down. The White House isn't going anywhere. Slow down.
You think its interaction is like as shitty as Sirius is with you? You hit the button.
Tesla, sit down. What? Slow down.
What is it, Tesla?
Tesla, please slow down. Yeah, no. It would, yeah.
We need to have a better way to end our shows. Let's come up with a really good ending for this one. Ready?
If I could burp, I would burp. Well, we could say thanks for listening. It's been a fun 2017. The people that did take the time to listen to us tonight live on the streams, thank you for that.
Friends and family.
And your enemies. Thank you for everybody that's downloaded this show in 2017. I know that at times the show is probably frustrating in many ways. But
it is at our end too. We're sorry for that.
Most definitely. And I think big things are going to happen in 2018. I'm
huge.
Huge. I'm focused on doing some big things. I want AJ to do big things. I want Nikki and Angel to do big things. What? That was like a dick joke.
Oh.
I wonder if Angel's husband listens to the show.
I heard he's got a big dick.
Yeah, big dick Spence. Maybe we should have ended it like that, right?
Yeah. Okay, let's end it like that.
Okay, want me to do it again?
Yeah.
All right. Big dick Spence.